China's weakness in the Middle East. China's finding itself marginalized in West Asia. Global powers like the United States, Russia, and the European countries that have historically played a crucial role in the Middle East with military deployments, diplomatic initiatives, and economic interests are squeezing out China. China has been deftly charting a careful path, simultaneously seeking to undermine the USA and curry favor with Arab states. This is Quick Take, your quick guide. I am Smita Prakash. China has often heralded itself to be a global player or global power, but the truth is that it doesn't conduct itself like one. Beijing's opportunistic maneuvering for leadership saw many expecting it to replace the US in the influence game in West Asia in the first half of 2023. But China's risk avoidance strategy in the Middle East makes it quite apparent to the countries of the region by 2024 that being anti-West is China's only self-serving strategy. And all it wants is to protect its oil imports. The majority of China's oil imports originate from the Middle East, 87.5 million tons in 2022, with Saudi Arabia being the largest supplier of crude. China mediated a diplomatic deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran in March 2023, but Beijing has no real leverage over Tehran. Just this week, Chinese officials asked their Iranian counterparts to help rein in attacks on ships in the Red Sea by the Iran-backed Houthis, or risk harming business relations with Beijing. But Iranian officials say that there were no specifics about how Beijing's trading relationship with Iran could be affected if its interests were damaged by Houthi attacks. So basically, it was just posturing on China's part. And that too because the US had asked China to use its leverage with Iran to persuade it to restrain the Houthis. Meanwhile, a Houthi spokesperson, Mohammad Abdul Salam, said that Iran to date had not conveyed any message from China about scaling back attacks. The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi had said a few months back that the Middle East should no longer be a geopolitical arena of great powers. But what he actually meant was that China wanted a share of the great powers' action pie in the Middle East, which is why the Chinese brokered Iranian-Saudi diplomatic agreement has not gone very far. It hasn't evolved into a real rapprochement. When it comes to Israel-Palestine, China neither has the trust of Israel nor the Palestinians. Even Israel's Arab neighbors have done more than China in criticizing the Hamas attack. Beijing refuses to blame Hamas. China's position is at odds with the influential Arab states and lacks credibility and leverage to rein in Iran and its proxies in the region. Israel, the more powerful party to the conflict, no longer sees China as a credible mediator. When it comes to trade, China still has an edge over the US. In 2021, China's imports from the Middle East were 130 billion US dollars versus 34 billion for the US. And China's exports to the region were $129 billion compared with the US at $48 billion. The United States continues to maintain a significant economic presence in the region through FDI stocks and the longevity of US company interactions. The US has also expanded the scope of international interactions for the Middle East by introducing the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, the Abraham Accords, and grouping of India, Israel, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States known as I2U2. Narrow self-interest is the cornerstone of China's international relations, and hence it will likely remain risk-averse in the Middle East. Recent months have exposed China's limited commitment to genuine stability in the Middle East. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.